What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with an update from Presti. So a few weeks back, he kind of shocked us all by claiming a victory at Poland Pro, beating a guy like John Pradels and Akeem Williams. Now shocking because nobody would have thought that Presti or any other guy like John Pradels, they're gonna come out and beat a guy like Akeem Williams in that kind of lineup. But that did happen. So it took Presti a couple of years to be able to win a pro show again. And that's why the victory must have tasted very sweet. And how can we forget him getting 3 back-to-back finishes in 2024, where he lost to Hosstile Products and Samson Dauda, and even this year in China Pro, where he got 2nd place. So now that Presti is going back to the biggest bodybuilding stage, he has a full year to go through a proper off-season, make some improvements especially in his quads. But the question is, can he actually bring up his legs up to a point that they no longer are out of proportion compared to his upper body? Well, the answer is that it's a genetically inferior muscle group, and no matter what kind of training and methodology he adapts, his quads will always be his biggest weakness. But that doesn't mean he cannot improve them, he cannot bring them up at all. Now that being said, since we are mentioning his weaknesses, we should also talk about his strength. The one factor that made him stand out at this past Poland Pro, that was his untouchable condition. The man was ripped front to back, and Presti has been one of the most consistent guys in terms of nailing his condition in every show that he enters. And that has been the case since he started competing as a pro. Now at this point, we all have no expectations on where he's gonna place at the Olympia next year, qualifying for the Olympia. In 2025, that was one of the hardest years to actually win a pro show. That itself, that's one hell of an accomplishment. So good luck to Presti. Before you scroll or blink too hard, have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am. So Marc is one of the favorites to win the upcoming Big Man Weekend, which is happening in Spain, the last show of 2025. So he posted a physique update just a few days out of the show, his 2nd show with Patrick Tour, where Marc is aiming to show up at his all-time best. Now Marc has those unique round muscle bellies, and he also has a lot of density. And the question arises on why wasn't he able to do well in a show like Japan Pro? Well, the thing is, he loses a lot of ground right from the start because he just isn't comfortable hitting the front double and the front lat spread. Just notice in his individual routines from Japan Pro, where he started with the most muscular and then he goes to the side chest, which is totally fine. Every pro bodybuilder, they only like to showcase their strengths on the stage in their individuals. But these 2 poses, they are the first ones to make a solid impression on the judges. And this is where Marc is struggling big time. His side shoulders are also nuts, and that is because of his insane shoulders and chest, not to mention the detail on the side of his legs. So Marc had quite a journey, from having a double shoulder surgery to making his comeback. That's a success story. But now he wants to win his first pro show, and he wants to secure his Olympia spot. So the Big Man Weekend, that doesn't have a very deep lineup. So this could be Marc's best shot. Let's see what different him and his coach bring to the stage this time around. Next up, we have an update from the mutant Nick Walker. So the hair, that is coming back. Now his fans must be hoping that he also brings back that 2021 Arnold Classic Ohio look, the one that helped him win the Arnold. Because this time Nick left the Olympia stage with a very bad taste in his mouth. And this is gonna be the most unique year for the mutant, as he has decided to do his own thing, coach himself for the next year. So interesting fact, not a single guy in this year's Olympia top 10 that did their own coaching. Now historically speaking, we had one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, Dorian Yates, who coached himself throughout his career, and he won 6 consecutive Olympia titles in arguably the toughest bodybuilding era. We also had Sean Ray, who coached himself throughout his career, arguably one of those guys who had zero weaknesses. So could that be the case for the mutant? Well, as of right now, we do not know. The problem is, even if Nick shows up, like 2021, a win or even a top 3 placing in a big show like the Olympia, that is not guaranteed. Because he just doesn't have the best structure in the game. He's competing against some very elite guys who has some crazy structures, crazy aesthetics. Some of the most gifted athletes that we saw in the recent past. Now I get that Nick was off at this past Olympia, especially at the prejudging. But he came back a lot better for the finals show. But the judges still picked Martin Fitzwater over him. But then again, just a few months back, at the Pittsburgh Pro, we saw Nick Walker showing up at his all-time best, and he almost shocked the world by beating the reigning Olympia champion now. So we know when he is truly on, he's a very dangerous bodybuilder. So Nick turned pro with Matt Jensen, and he did not go through any season without a coach. What are your expectations from the mutant going into 2026, potentially going for the Arnold, Ohio, with him coaching himself? So mission accomplished by Samson Dauda. He officially is so heavy that he broke the scale today. So this was a hilarious moment for him.
Yeah, that was a bit of a funny dilemma for me when I tried to check it. Yeah, so basically I ordered some big boy scales. So I had to order some big man scales. So hopefully y'all get here tomorrow. So I got to find out what I'm weighing right now. But for now, yeah. That shit was just funny. That's definitely a new one for me. It was funny.
So, as we said previously, Samson Dauda is on a mission. He's gonna play the size game for 2026. So it has been only a few weeks since he got done with competing, and that was in Prague. And the way he has been putting on muscle and mass and weight, it's simply mind-blowing. So the biggest advantage that Samson has over his competition is that nobody in the open, they put on muscle faster than him. And the way he has been pushing his weight up constantly, it won't make a sense if he starts dieting down for the upcoming Arnold in just a few weeks' time. Because the Arnold is now 16 weeks away. So from 2023 onwards, Samson really wasn't concerned with putting on more size. He was always told that he needs to bring a more refined, more conditioned package. And that's exactly what they tried to do at this past Olympia. But that just backfired big time. So now just imagine Samson Dauda with another 10 pounds, maybe even 20 pounds, and he comes back with a bigger back, full-blown quads, and also in a decent enough condition, kinda the way he did back in 2024. That will be one crazy package, and we have seen it time and time again. Critics writing someone off, a competitor, on having one bad year. Now Samson did not end the season on a very high note, the way he would have wanted. But we kinda saw him struggling to win his first pro show for so many years. And the man became an Olympia champion from that. So counting him out, that would be a very big mistake. And again, I'm gonna say, sleeping on him, that's a bad idea. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.